have students who have interests in geology or oceanography or something, and we have faculty members interested in the same things, but we rarely ever get the chance to really interact with each other unless we're all in this situation where we're in a location that there are multiple different processes happening that we can all figure out pieces and put it together a new story. And that's what's happened on Grand Manan.
I have a really hands-on experience in science, which is not something I've ever experienced before.
We're able to see Earth system processes firsthand and experience biogeochemical nirvana.
And then rivers flow in and rush it, and it flows out along this channel here, down the coast, all the way to Hartsville, all the way to Portland.
We take the loop around, and we follow the line, which goes down the bottle, and then through the tunnel, and then you take the hook, and you come all the way back here, and hook it to the loop. That should do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa, cool.
Now it's closed, so we can float back up.
There's a period, like a space above the bottom where sediment is like being resuspended. So that's mostly where that's from. And there's like copepods and stuff in there.
So we're filtering some surface water to look for phytoplankton.
We found that there really isn't a trend between like the number of sides that we have and the cross-sectional area.
We looked at the number of sides and how many occurrences we had of those number of sides. And then we looked at the length of those sides.
Or through-going fractures, most of them have a preferred orientation to them. That's something that I didn't know before we got here. And that's something that's very different from what most people have observed about these types of basalts in general. That's a very cool observation that we've come to. And it feeds into everything that we have just talked about. So the shape that we're seeing, how big these things are, how many sides they have to them, it's not what we would expect to see for this, like the classic way that these rocks actually break apart.
Are all the siltstones here the same?
No.
No. What did you guys talk about as some of the differences among all of them?
Some are oxidized.
Excellent.
You want to? We have a
That is gorgeous.
So this guy named Milankovitch discovered through mathematical modeling that the orbit, the tilt, and the eccentricity of the orbit around the sun that the Earth has change at a different rate. And altogether this creates a warmer climate, and then a colder climate, and then a warmer climate, and there's different periods of those cycles.
Oh, right here? Right where you were dragging your fingers. That is the plane of the fault. So this is them being smushed together. That's so cool.
Did you just hear me say that this is one of the most exciting geologic things I've seen ever?
During the 3 days we spent on Grand Manan, we traveled from various beaches to the Bay of Fundy, and from the colonnade at Southwest Head to the Flock of Sheep glacial deposit. At each location, our observations and discussions led us to understand a new aspect of the solid earth and surface geology of Grand Manan, and of the physical and biological oceanic processes that are a result of the Bay of Fundy's unique geologic history. While examining the characteristics and ordering of different geologic formations along faults, comparing profiles and sediment distribution between beaches, hypothesizing why particular glacial deposits appear as they do, and measuring hydrographic properties in the ocean, we were able to piece together a coherent story that spans hundreds of millions of years about the processes that have shaped and continue to shape the island. This story helps us not only understand what happened in the past, but also enabled us to explain why we see the processes that are happening now. With students and professors bringing unique combinations of knowledge to the group, we were able to apply concepts we have learned in the classroom and lab and learn from our peers as we gradually made sense of Earth systems in action.